This episode is brought to you by Lindsay's Maple Syrup.
Let's go. Welcome back, everybody, to Talk Dirt to Me. My name is Sandra Graham. Across from me, my co-host is here, Mike Saunders.
Yep.
And today's guest is a driver who's been through the ranks with both asphalt and dirt. He went from 358s to mini stock, from vintage to legends, and he is the owner-operator of Goshen Road Automotive. I am proud to say he's finally here, the number 64 of Terry Mcclelland.
Hey.
How are you?
Good, you?
Good. Is it Goshen?
Yep.
Okay. Someone said Goshen, and I was
That'd
like,
be me.
I'm pretty sure it's Goshen.
Yeah.
So, you're in the hot seat. Took some coaxing.
Yep, it sure did.
I guess I can thank Hayden and Lisa for this. So,
Julie.
why do I keep calling you Lisa today? I'm sorry. Oh, oops. All right, let's get into it. How long have you been racing?
2000 when I started.
Okay.
So
Wow.
26 years this year.
And has that been a consistent 26 years?
Pretty well, with mostly just enduros in the start. And
Wow, that's a long time.
in 2012 is when I started legend racing full time.
Okay, so you did enduros for the first little bit.
Yeah.
So how many enduros do you think you've done?
Well over 150.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how many did you win
I've got probably 10 or 12 wins.
under your belt?
Yep.
Okay, and then where did you run most of your enduros?
We raced the old Edelweiss, Brockville, Capital City, Brighton, Cornwall. I guess that's about it.
Okay. And have you raced any enduros since you've stopped?
I did a couple when I was still in Legends, but not very many. And once the car died, I just had no interest in redoing another one.
Gotcha. That makes sense. So you went from enduros into legends?
Yeah.
And how many years did you run legends?
Till 2018.
Okay. And
So-
where was your home track for that?
At first it was Capital City, and then when Capital City closed, we went to the Ontario Legends Series, which was the closest track would have been Peterborough.
Mhm.
And then we raced at Kawartha Speedway, which was just amazing because it was half mile
Mm-hmm.
fast track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how did you do in legends?
Pretty good. I won 2014. I won the Canadian Central Championship for legend cars. Lots of runner-ups and
Mhm.
stuff like that through all the series. But
Yeah. And then you went from legends into,
the sportsman, rookie sportsman first,
okay.
and then on to the sportsman, and then to the 358.
Wow. So how long did you run 358s?
3 or 4 years. I can't remember now.
Okay.
I think it was 3.
Okay. And then just Brockville, Cornwall, or where did you run those?
Yeah, just at Brockville and Cornwall.
Okay. So what made you kind of make the switch from asphalt to dirt?
It was just the logistics of everything. It was just, we were having to leave Fridays to go race the weekends with the legend cars, and we weren't getting home till late Sunday nights. And it was just too much to try and run a business and try and be on the road 3 days a week.
Yeah. And because you fix all of your own
Yeah.
cars, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's busy. So if you're away all week and you're trying to run a business and fix your cars.
Yeah. Especially when they go upside down and people drive over top of you. And
All of that stuff.
yep.
Yeah. Zach Lynch has a question here. What is your favorite car you've raced and why?
The legends were very fun. They're so twitchy on the track. But the 358 would probably be the favorite of them all because there's no replacement for that kind of power.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Was your home track Brockville with the 358?
Yeah.
For the most part?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I remember my buddy Casey, he kind of introduced you or me to you, but I remember him saying, my buddy's building one. He got a brand new motor. I think your first night with it, you had a little bit of rough luck. I think he came back to the stands with parts of the motor in his pocket.
Yeah, that was a tough one. Yeah. Bought it Thursday, installed it Friday, and blew it up Saturday.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah.
Hayden sent me a picture, so let's just talk about this quick. It's 4 people in the picture, so yourself, Hayden, and then 2 other guys. So I think it's from 2019.
Okay.
And there's a whole pile of trophies in front of you.
Yeah, that was the championship night at like our banquet.
Okay, and he said it's 4 Ottawa guys?
Yeah.
So you just cleaned house.
Every class through the legend cars, we got all the tops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that picture he sent me. And I don't even know how many trophies are in front of you guys, but
I
it's
don't know. There's probably 15 anyways.
Because Kevin Foisey's in that picture, and he owns Canadian Legends, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it was Kevin Foisey, Matt Hoff, Hayden, and myself.
Yeah. I've been to Kevin's house a couple of times. He's a really cool guy.
Yeah.
how many cars do you think you've built? Because I've heard that anything that you race, you pretty much build yourself.
Yep. Yeah, I know I built Hayden's legend car like from scratch. I built my last legend car, I built it right from frame up to, I think I had 5 different legend cars, plus all the enduro cars, and the Sportsman was Ryan Arbuthnot's old big block car that I brought back to a Sportsman, and then Ryan's small block car is Brockville 2019 Championship is the car that I currently was driving.
Wow, you were a busy man.
Yeah.
With the legend cars, I remember, do you have to buy your stuff from, I remember Kevin had he has the only license to unseal motors or something he was telling me.
Yeah. Me and Kevin used to do all the motor repairs.
Okay. Yeah, I remember him explaining to me. I wasn't racing then, so I was wasn't fully sure what he meant by that. But
and everything for them comes from North Carolina at US Legends.
Okay.
It's a very spec class. There's no outside the box type thing.
Right.
Good. Okay. So when we talk about you building cars, how much time do you say you spend during the week with these cars?
On a good week, it's probably 15 to 20 hours. When Hayden gets a little crazy, it's probably 30 to 40.
Yeah. And does he come out and help you out a little bit?
He does when he can. It's hard for him. Obviously, he's working construction and that, and late nights, and we're an hour and a half away from each other. So.
Yeah. No, that's hard then, because there's been a couple nights where I think that he's needed a little bit more work.
Yeah. But he does come out. When he can, he's there, and he's always there Saturday morning to help get everything loaded and get on our way.
I guess it's really handy to have someone like you around to show them how to fix things. And I know I don't really have too many my dad, he knows enough about cars, but the stuff like this, we're pretty a lot of guessing goes into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Couple YouTube videos.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I've been around racing a long time. My mom and dad both raced years ago, Calumet Island and Kingston and all that kind of stuff. So kind of always been around it.
Yeah. What's the farthest track that you've been to race?
Probably be Grand Bend, I think.
And where's that one?
It's down London area.
Okay.
Yeah. We raced the legend cars there, and we raced Sauble Beach was a good drive too. It was 7 hours.
Yeah. Wow. That is a commitment. So yeah.
And we were with the legend cars, we were in a different town every weekend all summer long, racing 27 races a year, and it was crazy.
Yeah, big time. I guess Brockville just seems like such a short drive now compared to everything else.
Yeah, the hour and 30 minutes is nothing now.
Yeah, I guess so. What led you to the decision to kind of step away from the 358s?
Mostly just the cost. It was just I don't have the time with the business anymore because the 358 demands a lot of maintenance. And I got to focus on the business because it's what makes the money to have the fun. So I just thought it was time to step away and go into mini stock to race with Hayden and just try and have some fun. And
yeah, because 358s also run every week.
Yeah,
which is also a full commitment.
It's definitely a big commitment.
Yeah, because I find the mini stocks with every second weekend, it's still busy. Depending, like you say, depending on what work needs to be done on the car, it can be still a little rushed with every second.
And the modified, if you don't factor in the cost of rebuilding the motor every year, even if you have a good night, nothing happens, it's still $600 to $800 just to run that car for the night.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, is that fuel or tires, or what is it that
the fuel and the tires, and of course if you get into engine rebuilding, it's
The tires don't last all that long on those. If I'm
No, you get probably 2 nights out of a right rear.
that's crazy because they're not cheap either.
$505 last year.
Wow. Yeah, when I went to your house, I remember that you had like an old tire sitting on the ground. I picked it up, and like it's crazy to me, like those Hoosier tires, they almost feel like a little thicker than a piece of paper, almost like they weigh nothing.
Yeah, they weigh like less than what a tennis shoe weighs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Matt Bond here has a question. You kind of covered it already, but Matt Bond's wondering, so you've ran modifieds for a few seasons. Other than it being cheaper, what interests you in the mini stock class?
Mostly just to go and have fun with Hayden. He really loves it, and I just want to have some fun with him. And we always have a pretty competitive rivalry, right to top carding to anything we're doing. So I know we had a couple races last year where we raced quite a few laps, like side by side, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
So.
for sure. Matt Bond's also asking if what your shop rates are for working on a race car. He just wanted to throw that in there.
Yeah.
Jamie LaRock is asking, who do you like battling on the track with in the mini stock class? Other than Hayden, let's throw that one. Yeah, let's throw that one out there.
Jamie's he's always fun to race with because he's fast and he's very competitive. I haven't got a whole lot of mini stock races in yet to really get where I'm at, but it's Jamie's probably definitely one of the top competitors that's out there right now. So
that works. How would you say how different the driving style is compared to a 358 to a mini stock?
pretty different. The 358, they don't turn unless you're hard on the throttle and turning right to go left. And the mini stock, you got to manhandle it through the corner and figure out where to get back on the gas to get going and without washing up into the guy that's outside you.
Yeah.
It is very tricky, I find, to when you get back into the gas, you need to pull the car where you want it to go. But I find if you over gas it, then it does exactly what you said. The tires spin, and then you actually do the opposite. It starts washing up because the front tires start spinning. They're not turning either. So.
Yeah. Where the modified, it's the back tires that are pushing you, and it's got the way the rear steer works in it. It turns you off the corner anyways. So
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it looks crazy when you guys do it, but I've heard guys say actually they kind of turn themselves. I'm like, well, it must still be super hard to drive, but they say the way they go around the corner, they almost start it for you, if that makes sense. Or that's what people told me. But
and you got to drive them the modified so hard that you think you're going to hit the wall, but the way the track is, it just takes you off of the wall.
Yeah. Well, I've seen that guys they'll come out of 4 and it looks like they're sliding up. I'm like, they're going to hit the wall. There's no way they're not. And right at the last second, the car almost straightens out and just takes off straight.
They get into some of that brown grip. And it just turns and goes.
Yeah.
What surprised you in the most when you got into a mini stock? Did anything just be oh, I didn't expect this, or anything that...
The track definitely feels way rougher in the mini stock because obviously the suspension is a lot less than the mods. Where the mods, it's you're out there in a plowed field, but you don't get that bang, 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 bang.
Yeah. Well, that car is obviously made to do one thing, to drive on a track, whereas I guess the mini stocks are meant to long road trips and just family cars and stuff.
So looking back, and I'm going to kind of take you and watch Hayden. So is it different kind of being out there with him and seeing him and the nerves versus sitting in the stands watching him? Now that you're in the class with him, has it changed?
It was definitely more nerve-wracking sitting in the stands with Julie watching Hayden because Julie gets pretty high stressed about it.
Yep.
And she'd always be screaming at whoever was anywhere near him. And when you're in the car, he's out there, but you're not really focusing on him. Even though he's my young lad, if I got to move him, I'm going to move him.
Yep.
And he'd do the same. So
yeah,
for
sure. Because I've always wondered that is even the bowls, brothers or the father-son duos. It's I wonder how different it feels watching in the stands versus being out there and seeing him if he's in front of you and you can see him be bumped, or if you're bumping him, or how that feels.
Now, if it came down to a 1 point for a championship, would I let him pass? Probably.
Yeah. but challenge him to that point.
Yeah, I'm not going to give it to him anyways.
Yeah.
He is due.
He is due for a championship. That's for sure. Yeah.
He's worked his butt off in there, but
yeah, no, I like watching Hayden. I find him exciting. Has no, like, he doesn't pull back. Like, he just drives it. And
no, I can say that he has no fear.
yeah, it is fun to watch.
Also, something I find, I don't know, like if your cars are slightly different than the Hondas or whatever, but there's nights where like it seems like a lot of guys can't get grip, or they're all, and you two just seem like it's the perfect track for you, especially in like fall nationals. I think you guys were fastest by like 1 and 2 by like almost a second or something. I don't know if it's the Mazdas or like the length of them or something, but they seem to really work well in different situations than most guys' cars do.
Yeah, I think it might have something to do with like the platform of the Mazda, the wheelbase, and those little V6s. They make pretty good torque at the bottom for coming off the corner.
Yeah.
Like, we never have to shift. Once we're in second gear, we're there for the night. And
yeah,
I know that's why Hayden likes to bog the Hondas down when he's coming to starts. And
yeah.
That's what I was going to say. How do you feel going to the green flag?
good. I like it.
Yeah.
It's definitely, it's not as thrilling in the Mini as, but again, in the Mini, you never know who's going to hit you either.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Who's going to give you that bump from behind?
Do you find it a lot? I'm sure it is, but do you find it a lot different driving with those guys than our guys? Like just the people around you?
There's definitely a lot more respect in the modifieds because they've got lots of money in those cars, and you can rub more and not have any kind of consequence to it. Where the Mini, if you get rubbing, somebody's going to spin or whatever. Like the mods, they're built so like the bumpers line up and everything's.
Yeah, I guess some of the Minis too. Like if you rub someone, you could cut a tire easier or stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and how do you find the competition between the mods and the Minis? Like, do you feel that it's like the Minis are more competitive, or how is it?
There's definitely, the Minis have come a long way since we've started in the Minis. Like when we first started, Hayden was doing really well. Like he was doing 7 feature wins a year type of thing. And now everybody's kind of caught up, and it's like each person's winning a feature type of thing instead of multiple feature wins and stuff like that. Whereas the modified, it's kind of spread out like the same way. You're never going to get like, now Ryan Arbuthnot he was an exception. He'd win a lot of races, but it's kind of, there's a different winner almost every different weekend.
Yep. It is kind of nice to see, and you don't have that moment of like, oh, there's whoever, he's going to win.
Yeah,
night's over. It is more exciting, I find, and like you say, everyone's kind of caught up, and it is that level playing field. But
yeah.
We'll see what happens this year.
Yeah.
Do you think your experience in a mod gave any advantage in a mini stock?
I don't know that it gave me really any advantage in the Minis. Obviously, I've got a lot of seat time racing. I feel like maybe the endurance racing was a little bit more even with the Minis, just because you're in a regular car with basically the windows kicked out of it. And away you go.
Yeah, for sure. And then what advice would you give someone that's moving from Minis or another class up to mods?
Just to be prepared for the cost of it, because it's definitely, it'll stagger you.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm sure a lot of people maybe don't realize that. Just what you say, just even the gas alone, like not just tires, but.
I was watching a podcast not too long ago, and there was a sprint car racer, and he was saying that over the summer, I forget, he did 20 some races anyways, and he kept track of every dollar he spent through the year with his engine rebuild and stuff like that, and it cost him $3,300 a race.
Oh.
That's more than some of the guys' cars cost at mini stocks.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. No, that's a lot. And I find too, it's a lot of time too with the mods, because if something does break, it's probably a little bit more. It's not just maybe a fix in the garage, it's taking it somewhere.
Yeah, like a modified shock is $800 by the time you have it valved properly for your car and stuff like that. So like you tear a shock off, gets expensive, and front axles.
Yeah. I guess we're just going to stay in Minis forever.
Yep.
I'd advise it.
Yeah.
Just want to take a quick second to mention our sponsor. Lindsay maple syrup with over 4,500 taps on deck. Been in the family since 1985 with a brand new reverse osmosis system and evaporator. You got to check them out. Way better than any store-bought stuff you'll ever find. We use it at the house all the time. It is unbelievable. Reach out to Curtis Lindsay if you need any maple syrup around your place.
All right. So your crew, I know it's just you and Julie and Hayden. But how important is it, like when you're looking kind of down the field at Brockville, like how important is it for everyone to kind of have a good crew and that family support?
I think it's pretty essential for them all. Like it's a good way to stay together, and that's why we keep doing it. Hayden loves it, and if Hayden decides he stops tomorrow, well, we're gonna have a yard sale.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So do you think if Hayden stopped, you would just be like, okay, I'm
Probably,
done
yeah.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been there, done it.
Yeah. Yep, for sure. What was your best moment this past season?
Good question. Didn't have really much fun in the modified. I struggled a lot this year with getting the car moving forward, but I don't know.
Any races that stand out in the minis at all, or?
I forget which race it was. I think I finished third or fourth, but that was pretty fun for me.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was right behind Hayden.
Okay. There was a one night you blew something. What liquid came out?
A rad.
A rad. Yeah, that was closer to the end of the season, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, I blew the rad hose too at Fall Nationals and
Yeah.
cooked the motor.
Yeah. Yeah. It must be frustrating, though, too, because you think, like, car's ready, it's prepped, I've looked over everything, and then you go out there and just.
Yeah.
I'm glad it blew when it did, because I think I just got beside you when it happened. If I would have been one lap before, I think we all would have been over the bank in turn three. Yeah.
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 Sure.
When you're out there in the minis, especially at Brockville, is there a turn that you really like, or is there a turn that you dread?
Turn 3 is always fun to go into, even with the modified. I find turn 3 was better than turn 1.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, whether it's just the way the banking is or just the shape of the corner, but I always find turn 3 you can carry more momentum through it.
Yeah.
I think I got to work on that, because everyone that we've talked to says the same thing, and I'm so nervous going to 3 because I can't stop thinking that there's a wall coming. But everyone says you can actually go a lot faster in that turn, whereas I think I drive it more cautious. But I think the back stretch is a little wider than the front, so I know a couple guys have said if you go right up to the top, you can kind of get a good run into 3.
Get a run down.
Maybe I
on
could,
it.
yeah, maybe it's something I should pay attention to and quit being such a baby about that turn.
Yeah. Well, I think you've hit that wall, and it's just been in your head ever since.
Yeah, for sure.
You got to get the left front and that brown stuff.
Yeah.
Well, even like, I think it's drilled into my head the night that Hayden came around that corner and he blew a tire. Was it a tire that popped off or something happened?
Oh, the whole right side suspension.
Yeah. And it gave, like, it's just like engraved on how he came around that. And I was like, oh man. But
Yeah.
When I was behind him like a couple cars, but I had like a really good view of it, and on the track it looked like real violent. Like the video doesn't really do it justice to what it looked like when I was behind him. It was pretty intense. I'm glad he's okay, actually. It was a good hit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you just never know. For
Yeah,
sure.
it actually bent the whole front frame rails right from the firewall over, and the motor was back touching the brake booster. And
Yeah.
it was a pretty good hit.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of Hayden and hits, there actually was you gave me the information for his podcast where I think it was his first year when he took a really bad hit.
Yeah, the caution had come out, and I guess somebody didn't realize it and clipped him in the rear and kind of jerked him a little bit, and he overcorrected, and it just shot him straight nose first right into the wall just before the flag stand. And
It bent his seat that night.
yeah,
did it
bent
not?
his seat, the steering wheel. I had to cut the car off at the firewall and start over.
Yeah. Yeah. And is that the same night that he said he was okay and he kept
Yeah.
racing?
Yeah.
Little bugger.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I can't imagine. And that, like, even just like the seat being bent, and like that just tells you right there how powerful of a hit it was.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, you just never know out there. Like I say, like you guys can wear all the safety gear you want, but at the end of the night, it's just sometimes the angle or the speed or
Yeah, there's always something in there in the equation.
big time. What would you say is the funniest thing that's ever happened to you at the track?
Wow.
I wrote down this question. I was like, I don't know if anything will pop out, but Anything that just kind of you can think of?
I'm not sure. Funny thing.
What's the scariest thing that's ever happened to you?
Well, I've hit the wall. I've hit the wall with the Legend cars. I've blown them up into a ball of fire where it's because they don't have a windshield or nothing in it. It's just fire coming in the car. And
Wow.
Imagine too that wouldn't be too easy for a guy like you. Like, how tall are you
6'3".
to get out of one of those things? Like, I know they're pretty tight.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you getting out in a hurry is not the easiest thing. But
Yeah, we actually had to move the rear ladder bar for the seat back 3 inches in the chassis for me to actually race the car.
Wow, that would be scary though. And like it's something that I've always kind of like thought of. Like I wonder if we should be practicing how quick he can get out, just in case, because
Yeah.
it's a struggle.
it's definitely not very fast. I should probably work on that. It's just the window is so narrow in that, and getting all your stuff off, and the helmet blower and all that stuff. I've tried to get out, forgot it before. It's like yanking my head back, and
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
a couple of things probably should work on.
Yeah, I've had a couple nights where I've had to get out of the mod in a hurry, and it doesn't work well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who would you say is your toughest driver to race against? It's not competitor necessarily, but maybe one that's harder to get around or.
Probably. I always go back to Hayden because we're so competitive with each other.
Mhm.
Jamie, he's hard to get around too because he knows his way around the track.
Yeah.
Mike's also fast. The car's fast, and Mike gets it where it's got to be. So it's kind of like it's in the way, but
Yeah.
and we'll see what happens this year and see if any of our changes are going to make any differences. And
Also, I'd like to thank you. There's a couple of times I was learning the car. I didn't notice while I was driving, but I watched the replay. There's a couple of times like coming off of 4 where the car kind of darted down. I think I had the wheel turned too much, and you were there. And thankfully, I've seen you swerve out of the way a couple of times for me. So thank you for doing that. And I apologize. It was not on purpose. I'm still learning it. So.
yeah, no problem. It's nice that I have enough experience that I can see. I kind of, with the mods, you're always watching everybody, and I still do it in the mini stocks where I'm watching everybody, and I kind of try and look what's coming before it gets there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Like I said, in the car, I didn't really notice. I watched the replay. I was like, I almost took Terry's like whole front end off. And like, I didn't even realize it did that, but I can see what I'm doing. I've got the wheel cranked too much, pedal to the floor. And then when it bites, it kind of rockets me down. So
shoot you, yeah.
little things on the off season I've been watching, noticing I'm doing wrong and stuff that I can work on this year, hopefully.
Can you hear them coming? Like when you like the cars are coming up to you, are you kind of getting used to like, well, Mike's car sounds like this or Jamie sounds like this? And-
Yeah, they're definitely all unique sounds, and you kind of know who are the faster guys, and those are the ones obviously you get to know the sound of. But it takes all different competitors too to make the class what it is.
Yep.
I definitely know when it's you or Hayden coming. Those cars sound like completely different than everyone else. And I swear I can hear you coming like 2 cars back. It's,
Yeah, the little V6s hum along pretty good.
Yeah, we've talked before about how many times you and Hayden have been nose to nose, and it's really nice to watch it because it's so clean and it just goes, and I think it's part of trusting everybody out there and knowing their driving styles and the lines that they drive and all of that. But
I don't know how many laps me and Hayden would have at Top Karting, but like we used to go once a week like, for a long time.
yeah, I think Mike's gonna take my boys maybe this week and get them out there and see how that goes. And he goes, "Well, I'm gonna bump them," and I was like, oh, "Whatever,
Yeah.
fine."
I kind of like too, like there's some guys I know, like if say you and I ever got into each other, I know that no matter what, Terry didn't do it to me on purpose. You know what I mean? Like if we ever, or like, but whereas there's guys that I would be second guessing it sort of like, I think he wrecked me on purpose, but
Yeah.
you kind of get to know who would and who wouldn't blatantly dump you or something like that.
Yeah. And then looking at the lineups, do you ever have those people like, God, like I don't want to really start beside this person, or I don't want to start in front of this person? Like,
Definitely.
yeah, like you have like your favorites to kind of be around.
There's you know who you want to start with, and when you see, especially if you're starting like second or third row, and there's the slower cars ahead of you.
Yep.
That's when it's like, oh.
Yeah. Do you almost like try and play it out in your head before you go out there? Like this is usually how this person takes off. So if I stay back and do this or
Yeah, definitely.
I always try to like pre-strategize in my head, looking at the lineup. So like, okay, when we take off, I'm going to do this. And then it never seems to work out the way I have it planned in my head. Either one guy shoots down to the bot or something. It doesn't play out how I think it is, and then it kind of just end up winging it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Usually, like if I'm going out in the feature or even for a heat race, if I know I'm starting behind a slow car that's on like the front row or something, I won't throw any names out, but I'll go to like whoever's beside me starting, and I'll say like if like they don't wash up going into turn one, I'm coming out there.
Yeah. Heads up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if they wash up, well, then it's just easy. You can go underneath them. But
Yeah. Absolutely, for sure. If you could race at any track in the world, where would you go? Let's stick with dirt first. What dirt track would you go to?
well, I haven't been to really a whole lot of dirt tracks. Brockville would be the one I'd be most around this area that I would like to race.
Mhm.
Had things have worked out differently, like I would love to try North Carolina, like
Mhm.
or Volusia or one of those tracks. But
Yep. And what about asphalt? Where would you go?
I would like to have Kawartha back. That was really
Mhm.
fun speedway. It was crazy fast, especially in the legend cars. Like we
Yeah.
were 120 mile an hour entering the corner. And
Hmm.
I've only been there once, and I was quite a bit younger, so I don't really remember. But is it like that's where like the horse track is? Do you
yeah,
know?
there's a horse track on the outside.
Yeah.
a casino.
Yeah.
And then the asphalt was in the
I
center.
remember I went there. Greg Ovier was racing there, but there was something. Is it like not very banked or something? I can't.
No, it's Big Bank.
Okay, maybe that's
Yeah.
what it was. I was used to Capital City. I remember there was a difference. I was trying to think what it was, but
Yeah,
maybe
it's
that's
almost like a horse saddle. It's big on the one end, so
Okay.
then it kind of comes down in the
yeah.
center.
Oh, I remember seeing it. I was quite a bit different than Capital City. I couldn't remember what it was, but that's probably what it is.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk pre-race routines. Do you do anything specific on race days?
Well, Saturday mornings, me and Hayden usually just wash the cars and make sure everything's in the trailer and load the cars. Aside from that, we usually show up to the track kind of last minute. And
We've noticed.
yeah, we're always the last ones in usually, but
Yeah, we always look at who signed up. It's like, well, they're there. They're on the list. Like they're just, they'll
Yeah.
roll in with a couple minutes to spare.
yeah, we were the same way in asphalt too. We started at 2 and we'd get there at 1:30 and panic unload and yell and scream at each other. And
Yep.
yep.
That's funny. And because you've been racing so long, do you get nervous still?
Yeah, it just depends kind of like who you're starting around.
Yep.
Yeah. The modified that and feeling never went away really because it was so fun to drive.
Hmm.
And but the mini stock, I found myself relaxing a little bit more in.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of is what it is there.
Yeah.
I was asking Gavin about this, but I was saying like when you guys start like the feature and you all pile into turn one there, like even watching is hard to see. Like there's so much dust flying and so many cars going so fast. Like I don't know how you guys don't wreck every time going into turn one. It's like I don't know how you see in the car because I can't even see from the stands where everyone is. So it's that's got to be tough.
Yeah, you almost have a little bit clearer view when you're right there because you've only got 8 feet to the front bumper and you can kind of see your wheels and you know where everything's at.
Right.
So it is a little nerve wracking for sure, but
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like my favorite part of the day, besides mic racing. But like I love when the 358s go out and
Yeah.
they come to the green. Like that is like the
I always
coolest
like
thing.
going into turn 3 and everybody's their wheels are like flopping around and everybody's like bumping into each other and then all of a sudden everybody just accelerates and it's
Yeah.
just the sound is
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. What else do I got? Superstitions. Do you have any when it comes to racing?
Not really, no.
Nothing.
No.
Heard a couple new ones this week, like about something about the color green, like never wear green on race day or green stickers or anything like that. I've never
Really?
heard that before, but I've heard it a couple times this week for some reason. On
Yeah,
different
Mike
things.
Block was always after me because he calls my car my modified green.
Okay.
He's like, got to change the color of that thing because he says you can't have a green race car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what keeps you passionate besides racing with Hayden and being out there? Is there anything else that kind of keeps you passionate about racing?
I really do love cars, and I've been automobile related since I can remember.
Mm-hmm.
From playing with Tonkas in the yard and as a kid to going to the track in my parents racing and stuff
Yep.
like that. And yeah, and then we were always involved with other race teams too. And
Yep. Yep. And then let's talk 2026. So any big things happening in the garage or
uh, we're getting there. It's been a slow winter. It's been a lot of snow, so we've been both out plowing, and that's Hayden does a little plowing for another lad, and I do my own plowing in Renfrew, and so it's been a busy, long winter. Both the minis are in the garage. The motors are out. We're trying to
Yep.
get things better. I don't fit in the orange car whatsoever. It was definitely built for somebody else, that cage. So we're redoing everything there, and yeah,
It's hard to drive to your full potential when you're uncomfortable in the car. I find like if I I know even just moving Jamie's car around here, like I can't see out of anything. Like the pedals are so far, and I'm like, I don't think I could race this because I can barely like feel comfortable moving it around.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hayden said the same thing after he had drove the blue Mazda. He got into the orange Mazda the one night that he had the bad luck there with the wheel falling off, and I give him the car. He got out of the car and he's like, "Yeah, I don't know how I drove that thing."
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you'd have to make it your own.
Yeah,
For sure.
and he had hundreds of laps in the orange car and never complained about it till he got into the blue car, which was built for me, and then he decided he wanted it, and I lost out.
And any big goals going into this season?
The biggest I'd like to see is obviously both of us do well. I'd like to see Hayden finally come away with a championship if all the I's and T's get dotted properly. But we'll know better in September.
I was going to say too, I know there's a couple, you can't call them rookie drivers, but new drivers coming this year. And I know Daryl's coming back. I know you're buddies with him, park with him. I don't know if you have any predictions for how that's going to go. Or with I know Pierre's coming back. I don't know if he's racing with us full time, but he's definitely doing some races at Brockville, he's told me. I don't know if you have any thoughts on how that's going to change things or.
I know Pierre and Daryl are both pretty fierce competitors. I know Hayden's had some issues with Pierre in the past. Hopefully that's behind them because it gets costly.
Yeah.
Daryl, he's been out of it now, obviously, for 25 years, but I don't think that'll slow him down a whole lot. It might take him a couple races to get things straightened out, but I know when he first started back, I don't know what year he started racing, but it was at Brockville, and he had bought they called it Duke stock back then, and he went out and won the first feature he ever drove in.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and he ended up winning the championship that year. And
Yeah. I know I've heard it because I haven't been around it all that long, but I know anyone that did watch him race said that he's like, he'll definitely have like the best stuff and he's a good driver. And he came out with a couple times in Max car and he did really good.
Yeah. Yeah. He'll work at it till he gets it for sure. If he doesn't have it figured out when he starts.
Yeah. And obviously I went to his house once because I went with Jamie when he won Max's car there in the raffle. And obviously he knows what he's doing too. Like they built that whole car from the ground up as far as I know. And when I got there, I think it was, they were doing the cage and just starting to figure it out. But it's handy too. Like obviously he knows what he's doing. He has the stuff to do it. So
yeah, he's built his fair share of stuff for racing, and he knows where he needs to do what he needs to do.
Right. Yeah. And I guess with Max's car, same car they're building.
Yeah, both identical.
Yeah. So obviously he's had 1 year of them figure it out to have a good head start, I guess.
Yeah, he'll definitely come out this year with better shock package or whatever, their spring package, whatever they figured out there at the end of the year, and be definitely close to getting it right.
That's right.
I've kind of asked everybody this, and you really don't have to say, but how do you feel about the committee this year? Have you ever experienced anything like that before?
Not really. I think it's going to be okay. I don't think it's going to be like a lot, really. The only time I think it's ever going to come into play is if there's something like blatant that somebody's cheating with, or like somebody comes in and they run away with something. Like that's the only time I think there's going to be really any kind of conversation between the members.
Yep.
And again, it's not going to be like, we're not coming around to look in your pits to see your car. We're not coming, or we're not tech officials.
Mhm.
That's not our job. We're racers. We're just basically, if there's something that really stands out, I'm going to go to the one member or the other, and I'm just going to say like, hey, I think this guy's doing this, and
Yep.
we might go further with it and just pass the info to Brockville, and they're the ones that are going to ultimately make the decision if they look into it or not.
Yeah, because the committee is just used as kind of like the middleman, right, between
Yeah,
like the
just
drivers
kind of bring or highlight the areas where Brockville needs to look, because the cars are so different. Those guys are used to working on pro stocks, modified, sportsmen. They know what they're looking at in them.
Yep.
And the mini stocks, there's just such a wide range of parts for them. I think they're just looking for a little bit of help.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not just a Mazda guy either. You were saying that you know quite a, like you used to build Hondas and street cars and stuff like that too. So I think like guys like you who are well versed in more than one type of car too would be a big.
Yeah, I was doing engine swap, VTEC swaps in Hondas back in like the late 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's great, because like I say, it is kind of a someone or somewhere for the drivers to go if they do have a concern. So
Yeah.
and like I don't know. I don't think it'll be used as much as some people maybe thought at the beginning, or
Yeah, I
vice
keep
versa,
saying
but-
like ideally not at all. But
Yeah.
See what happens.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
All right, that is all I have. You did it.
There you go.
Do you have anything else, Mike, for him?
Well, I had a couple things, but I think
Yeah.
I got it all out there during there. There was a couple times to bring things up I wanted to ask.
Do you have any questions over there that you'd like to chime in? You're good? Okay. All right. Well, thank you, Mike. Terry, thank you very much.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for coming back. And yeah, we will see you next episode.
Family tradition. Get on me one